Imagine going to the doctor for a medical procedure. It may be major, maybe minor, and being told that there are no options for anesthesia or pain relief. And now you're in the middle of a procedure and you're screaming, you're crying, and you are shaking from the immense pain that you're feeling. And the doctor just keeps going. No, this is not a horror story. This is the reality of thousands of women who visit their gynecologists yearly for medical procedures. Procedures such as intrauterine devices insertion, cervical biopsies, and hysteroscopies. Today I will be discussing why this is unacceptable and why women deserve real anesthesia and pain control during these procedures. Because pain is pain, and it is completely unacceptable to be in pain during these procedures just because that's the way it's always been. I'm a Black woman who suffers from uterine fibroids and endometriosis, and I too have experienced this pain during medical procedures. The common procedures I will be discussing today are IUDs, cervical biopsies, and hysteroscopies. I will also be discussing the real pain that is associated with it and the lack of true informed consent. Finally, I will be discussing the double standards that comes with it and how we can make effective change for the future to come. An IUD is an intrauterine device. It is done by stabilization of the cervix using a device called a temecula. And then the IUD is loaded into a device and it is inserted through the cervix into the vagina and being brought back out that same way with no anesthesia. A cervical biopsy can be done in 3 different ways. It can be done through a punch biopsy, which is literally them punching a hole in your cervix to get tissue in order to test it for cancer. They can use a loop wire that is a heated device that kind of burns the tissue off. And then they can use a curette, which kind of is like a scalpel and it does the same thing. All these ways aren't used by any anesthesia. And lastly, a hysteroscopy. It is a device that has a wire that has a camera at the end, and basically they use it to insert it through the cervix into the vagina to look in the vagina to see if there are any abnormalities. According to a Reddit forum that I found hundreds of testimonies from women who's had these procedures and all experienced immense pain from them. It was about 90% of the ones that I read. And according to a research journal I read by the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecologists, they did an article called Pain with Early Postpartum IUD Placement. And they found concerns stating that there was a delay in care. So basically, women don't want to get IUDs due to the fact that it hurts so bad. These procedures are often glossed over by providers and just saying, oh, it's going to be just a little pinch, a little pain. But according to research and all the other women testimonies, that's not true. On the same token, they're offered anesthesia during medical procedures, such as a vasectomy, which is only less than 10-minute procedures, and they get anesthesia. When you go to the dentist and get your tooth pulled, you get numbed. When you go to the dermatologist and get a mole removed, you get numbed. So why not for the uterus? Medical biases towards women in society telling us that we're too emotional or overreacting is a huge issue in America. So how do we promote change? We hold providers accountable to their oath that they committed to themselves to do no harm. We know that there are safe options that exist, and there's no good reason to deny pain relief. Every woman should have a say in their care. Ask questions. Speak up about their pain. In conclusion, women deserve better. We deserve to be advocated for and informed, bias-free, and treated for pain. If we wouldn't ask a man to tough it out, then why are we asking women? Thank you.